Diablo 3 is a game that plays quite a bit different depending on which class you choose. There are 5 classes, each with a variety of strengths and weaknesses. Figuring out which class works best for your playstyle will be a key factor in your successful venture into hell. The Barbarian excels at close-range combat with high defense and solid offensive power. If you're new to top-down action RPGs, the Barbarian is the perfect starting class. The Barbarian can take far more hits than most other classes, so you can take a beating and continue to dish out that damage. As you do battle, you'll build the Barbarian's Fury meter. When full, he unleashes a rampage of offensive might, destroying enemies that cross his path. The Demon Hunter works well when it comes to long-range combat. He slows down enemies with traps, such as this chain you see here, but has to do more to take down those enemies once they're slowed. The Demon Hunter has to set traps and use skills to slow these enemies down and keep them at a distance. You'll be kiting enemies around as you do battle, constantly moving to keep enemies at bay. The Monk works well at close range, but also has a few abilities that give the class slightly longer range. He shares a few characteristics with the Barbarian, but has a little bit more finesse in his attacks and not quite as much defense. When you first begin the game as a monk, be sure to stock up on potions. You won't be able to avoid taking a lot of damage early on unless you're really good at dodging attacks. It may seem like you're taking more damage than you're inflicting, but that will change quickly as the monk levels up, so just stay with it. The Witch Doctor uses pets to attack enemies and has high damage output, but is also fairly difficult to learn compared to some of the other classes. When you first start out as a Witch Doctor, you won't have access to many of his powerful skills. You'll have to rely heavily on zombie dogs, which you'll receive at level 4, and your own skills as a player until the Witch Doctor has leveled up enough to gain access to his more damaging abilities. The Wizard has high damage output and controls space around him very well, but also has very low defense. He has a wide variety of heavily offensive spells, a few defensive spells just in case enemies get too close, and the ability to control the area between yourself and enemies. The nice thing about wizards is that they have an ability that allows them to freeze nearby enemies that you will gain at level 4. If a group of enemies is getting too close, freeze them, then handle them any way you like. More Diablo 3 love is on the way, so keep an eye on Prima Games all this month.